Kim Kardashian and her 12-year-old daughter North West stirred up a heated debate during their trip to Rome.
Kanye West is fuming again, and this time it's about his daughter North. He once swore that Kris Jenner would never be allowed to put North in the same kind of spotlight that launched the Kardashian empire with Playboy. But after North's recent Rome appearance, reportedly furious, and fans are starting to whisper that his worst nightmare might be unfolding right before everyone's eyes. The moment Kim and North pulled up for a dinner in Rome, paparazzi swarmed like bees to honey. Cameras flashed nonstop as North strutted in wearing a black corset-style top, long blue braids trailing down her back, and huge platform boots that could have come straight off a fashion runway. The look screamed high fashion, but she's still just a kid, and that's what triggered the backlash. Social media went into overdrive. Comment sections lit up with people saying, "Why is a 12-year-old wearing a bustier? And she's literally a kid. Let her enjoy being young." Others said straight up, it felt too grown and inappropriate. The internet is buzzing that Kim might be pushing North into the same glamorous, high-pressure world that critics claim already swallowed her family whole. Fans even started comparing North's look to full-blown runway outfits, saying it blurred the line between childhood and adulthood way too much. One user admitted, "At 12 years old, I didn't look anything like that. But hey, maybe times are different now." People are now whispering that Kim's star power isn't shining as bright as it used to, and that maybe she's using North to keep the cameras flashing. The shade is real because fans immediately pulled up throwbacks, comparing North's Rome look to Kylie Jenner back when she was around the same age, already rocking makeup like a grown woman and soon diving headfirst into cosmetics before she was even old enough to drive. For critics, watching North show up in these outfits felt like deja vu. They've seen this storyline before, and it didn't end cute. They're saying it looks like history is repeating itself, and the Kardashians are once again grooming the next generation for the spotlight. But here's where things get messy, because whenever North lands in the headlines, Kanye West's name always comes crashing back into the mix. Everyone remembers how Ye has been blasting Kim's parenting choices ever since their split. And this Rome drama is exactly what he once swore would never happen. Back in 2020, during those infamous Twitter meltdowns, Kanye declared, "I put my life on God that North's mom would never photograph her doing Playboy." He wasn't just emotional, he was furious about the Kardashian influence creeping over his kids. Ye even went for Kris Jenner's neck, calling her out directly and accusing her of pushing Kim into Playboy and then steering Kylie down that same road. To Kanye, it wasn't a one-off mistake, it was a toxic family pattern, and he swore North would never be the next in line. But little did Kim know, Kanye was only warming up, and his fight to protect North was about to get even louder. If you remember, 2020 was the absolute peak of Kanye's breakdowns when his marriage to Kim was spiraling in public. At one point, Ye even compared his entire life with Kim to the horror movie Get Out, saying he felt trapped, controlled, and used, like his own family was trying to lock him away and turn his kids into nothing more than Kardashian brand pawns. He went on Twitter and dropped bombs. "Kim was trying to fly to Wyoming with a doctor to lock me up, like the movie Get Out, because I cried about saving my daughters yesterday." He even said the whole film was literally about me. For those who don't know, Get Out is about a black man who visits his white girlfriend's family only to discover they lure black people in for sinister body-swapping experiments. Dramatic? Absolutely. But in Kanye's eyes, that was exactly how it felt being in the Kardashian world. To him, it was a cold, calculated machine built on selling image, and he saw himself as the only one brave enough to try to break that cycle. And the tweets just kept pouring in, one after another. He repeated over and over, "I put my life on God that North's mom would never photograph her doing Playboy, and that's on God." He even added, "I put my life on the line for my children that North's mother would never sell her." But Ye wasn't only focused on Playboy, he went after his kids' education too. Kanye accused Kim of controlling where their kids went to school against his will. He wanted them out of that system completely and enrolled in his own Donda Academy, a private school he built himself so he could choose the teachers, the lessons, and even the vibe surrounding his children. In his mind, that was the only way to protect them from the very same machine he said was trying to eat them alive. In Kanye's mind, building Donda Academy was the only way to protect his kids from what he called the Kardashian machine. But Ye didn't just rant publicly, he went straight at Kris Jenner with a text that couldn't have been more blunt. Don't let Kris make you do Playboy like she did Kylie and Kim. Not gonna happen to North and Chicago. And here's the twist. You know things are spiraling when Kris Jenner herself finally snaps back. Kris is used to controlling the narrative, spinning scandals into cash and keeping her name clean. But Kanye knew exactly how to press her buttons. And when he dragged her directly into the fight, she broke character and actually responded. According to Ye, Kris privately texted him, "Please stop mentioning my name. I'm almost 67. This stresses me." But thinking that would shut Kanye up? Big mistake! Nobody silences Ye. Every time North's name came up, he circled right back to that same warning, repeating over and over that if he didn't step in, Kim and Kris would use his daughter for fame, just like they did before. In his head, this wasn't just a disagreement, it was a full-on war he had no choice but to keep fighting. And here's where it got even messier. Kim herself has admitted that she never really wanted to do Playboy in the first place. She said she was nervous, hesitant, and unsure. But her mom swooped in with the classic Kris Jenner sales pitch. "I was uncomfortable. My mom said, go for it. They might never ask you again. Our show isn't even on the air yet. No one knows who you are." That push ended up shaping Kim's entire career. And Kanye saw it as proof that Kris was willing to sacrifice anything, even her daughter's comfort, to build the empire. Kris famously told Kim, "Do it and you'll have these beautiful pictures to look at when you're my age." And Kim, hesitant but pressured, gave in. The photos dropped, Keeping Up with the Kardashians took off, and the rest was history. The empire was born. But behind the glitz, there was regret. Years later, Kim admitted that posing for Playboy was one of her biggest mistakes, a decision that has haunted her image ever since. And Kanye West never forgot it. To Ye, Kris pushing Kim into that shoot was the ultimate red flag, the smoking gun that proved North could be set up in the exact same way if he didn't fight tooth and nail to stop it. Now, with North's Rome pictures going viral, fans are starting to connect the dots. Comment sections are buzzing with people saying Kanye might not have been so crazy after all. What the world once dismissed as paranoid rants, some are now calling hard truths. Because everything Ye warned about seems to be creeping closer to reality. But here's where the drama flips, because Kanye isn't spotless in this story either. Critics love to remind everyone that back in 2013, Kanye himself was reportedly on board with Kim doing Playboy again. And let's not forget, he was the creative mind behind some of Kim's most daring, hypersexualized looks. That jaw-dropping Mugler wet dress that broke the internet, that was Kanye's idea. He wanted Kim styled as the ultimate sex symbol, the woman every camera chased, the icon everyone drooled over. So while Kanye has spent years painting himself as the protector, fans keep pointing out the contradiction. Wasn't he the one who helped shape Kim's most provocative image in the first place? By 2019, the script flipped hard. On the night of the Met Gala, Kanye suddenly told Kim he was uncomfortable with her looking too sexy in front of other men. The irony? This was coming from the same man who once pushed her to embrace that very image, encouraging her to dress provocatively, break the internet, and own the spotlight. Yet now, he was criticizing her for living out the brand he helped create. His exact words were, "You are my wife." And while that line sounded protective, critics were quick to call it controlling. Especially when you look at Kanye's own marriage today. His new wife, Bianca, has been turning heads with her barely there outfits, walking around barefoot, and flashing skin everywhere. And guess who's styling her? Kanye himself. Fans pointed out the hypocrisy, saying it made zero sense for him to subject his new partner to public humiliation while claiming to be against Kim dressing too sexy in the past. One viral comment summed it up. Kanye might say he's against this, but he's been devaluing women for years. Between him and Kim, this kid is doing better than I expected. And that's exactly where the public split wide open. Half the people call Kanye a hypocrite trying to rewrite history, while the other half argue that, contradiction or not, he still has a point about North. Because the facts don't lie. Kim herself admitted Kris pushed her into Playboy. And now people see North stepping out of restaurants dressed like she's already 18, and the deja vu is hitting hard. What should have been just another casual dinner in Rome has blown up into a full-blown culture war. One side dragging Kim for swallowing Kris's old playbook, the other side saying, maybe, just maybe, Kanye's warnings were right all along. What should have been just a dinner in Rome is now being blasted as a carefully staged paparazzi stunt. Critics are saying Kim straight up traded her daughter's childhood for headlines, the same way Kris once traded Kim's privacy for fame. The outrage online is loud, with countless voices calling it exactly what they believe it is: exploitation. The fear is crystal clear. North might be walking the same path Kylie once did, growing up too fast, overexposed, and molded by the Kardashian brand before she's even old enough to process it. One viral comment nailed it, saying this was exactly what Kanye was scared of all along. And suddenly, people are realizing Ye's so-called paranoia might have been more like prophecy. But there's another side to the backlash too. A growing crowd isn't just dragging Kim, they're holding both Kim and Kanye accountable. To them, North has become a pawn in an ugly family war. Critics argue Kim thrives on the spotlight North brings, while Kanye uses her as leverage in his endless battle with Kim and Kris. In their eyes, it's not about protecting North, it's about control, egos, and revenge. Let's be real, Kanye is messy, inconsistent, and yes, a hypocrite at times, but that doesn't erase the bigger issue. North is only 12. She's a kid, point blank, and should be treated like one. There's no good reason for her to be styled like an adult at fancy restaurants unless someone wants to force her into the spotlight way too soon. And if that's the case, that's a nightmare waiting to happen. Because no matter how anyone spins it, the reality is impossible to ignore. North is being pushed into a world that chews people up before they've even grown, and it's happening right in front of us. At the end of the day, North's childhood isn't private anymore. It's practically a headline factory. Every outfit she wears, every hairstyle she debuts, every staged paparazzi snap turns into an online debate that just won't die down. Some fans argue she's just having fun, copying her mom, and experimenting with fashion like any kid would. But others say there's nothing normal about it, claiming she's being robbed of her innocence, pushed into a spotlight she never signed up for. And that's the heartbreaking part, because this isn't just about Kim's daughter or Kanye's daughter. This is about a 12-year-old kid caught in the middle of one of the messiest Hollywood feuds ever. On one side, Kim wants her polished, styled, and photographed like a rising star. On the other side, Kanye wants her hidden away, chilled, and shielded from the same industry he says already devoured her mom and aunt. The gag is both parents swear they're doing what's best, but what it really looks like is that North is being dragged deeper into their personal war. And the sad truth? She never asked to fight in it. Watching your parents battle over your future in front of the whole world isn't protection, it's pressure. North isn't just growing up under cameras, she's growing up as the center of one of the most public celebrity custody wars we've ever seen. And the world is left wondering, will she become the next Kardashian brand star or the girl who finally breaks the cycle? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe to NoFilter since we drop daily celebrity gossip drama every single day. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. Like, share, comment, and we'll see you in the next one right here at NoFilter.